Hello, my friends. It's me, Roscoe, and welcome to a live KOA Fans Social Premier League, baby. One more sleep, ladies and gentlemen. One more sleep to the big day. We're here to bring you a lot of great stuff, sexy stuff, 2 new signings in the door, and look ahead to Liverpool. Yes, Liverpool at Portman Road. I'm joined by Pitchy and Wazza, bringing the band back together ahead of the big game. And yeah, thanks for joining us. I know there's a Premier League game on right now. If you're watching this live, if you're watching it afterwards, hope you enjoy the show. But if you are joining us live, just put Man United game on mute, watch that in the background, and listen to our Dogsters tones. Let's bring in Peachy, who is wearing a very nice Hawaiian shirt for the summer. My friend, how are you?
I'm good, thank you for having me on, Ross. Yeah, it's been a very quick summer. Been really good. Obviously, the Euros, been on a holiday, went and saw my favourite band, Green Day. Got great seats thanks to the man you've had to introduce. So, yeah, one more sleep. Back in the Premier League. It's mad.
We're not going to be able to sleep though, are we, boys? I think a lot of people are going to struggle tonight because of but also the weather, because it's bloody hot. Like, the fan is on in my bedroom because it's hot. I'm even hot now. I'm wearing the 2000s shirt when we obviously our first season back in the Premier League. Obviously not our last Premier League shirt. But yeah, let's bring in Wazza, who is donning another Premier League shirt back in the day, and also donning a nice little pink strip in his hair. How you doing, my friend?
Yeah, I think it's what we call in the business either a midlife crisis or a cry for help, really, this, Ross. Something fun for the summer. Yeah, you're too right. We're not going to be able to sleep. It's going to be better than Christmas, really. And yeah, summer's been and gone. Back to the real stuff.
Summer's still here. Summer's still here.
I wish it wasn't. It's too hot.
Yeah, it's too hot. It's very hot. But we'll moan like in December when we're playing whoever we are in December and freezing our asses off at Portman Road, and we go, I want the sun back. But we're going to bring you a great show. Looking forward to it. Get involved in the comments, ladies and gentlemen. Let us know your thoughts on the signings, Liverpool predictions, all that great stuff. And we're not going to muck about because there's been some sexy stuff today. Obviously, it's been a Thursday. Yesterday was a hectic day. Loads of different news going out there. I know at the end of the day, we're all going, what a day. What a day of news, because Kalvin, Phillips, Sammie, Szmodics, other links getting thrown about. They're all being confirmed today, 2 of them anyway. Kalvin Phillips is an Ipswich Town player. I'm just leaving that there for a second, because England international played. It started in Euros 2021 final. I know we lost that final to Italy. But unbelievable. He's on loan from Man City. Obviously, had struggled, since he's been at City. Obviously, had a struggling time at West Ham last year. But Peachy, my friend, your thoughts on this? Because Kalvin Phillips, he's still an England international. He's played in the Premier League many times. Obviously, came through the youth ranks at Leeds, got him promoted as well. He knows Leif Davis, very good friends of Leif Davis. Obviously, teammates there. Your thoughts on Kalvin Phillips being an Ipswich Town player?
I mean, when this link first came around, I thought it's one of them little sad little boys on X or girls who are just making up rumours for the sake of it. And then obviously it just grew and grew throughout the week. And then who was it? Fabrizio, what his name is, he tweeted, he thought it's actually going to happen. It's actually mental to think. I think I saw on Twitter today that 3 years ago we signed Tom Carroll. 3 years later, all right, it's on loan, but people said we need Premier League experience. Well, you've done much more experience than Kalvin Phillips. I still can't believe I'm going to see him training. Oh, sorry, warming up and potentially coming on, playing for Ipswich Town tomorrow. It's how quick the journey this team has gone on, or this club has gone on. Because I remember thinking Tuesday night, we were linked with a few people. Some links were wrong, and I was getting all excited. And then after that, I thought they all pitted out a bit. I was like, oh, saw Szmodics was starting for Blackburn again. I thought, oh, we're not going to do that one. And then Thursday, well, all the rumours just blew up, didn't they? It went mad. Like, potentially you could have 3 signings today. We've got 2. I know we'll talk about that one later, but Phillips and Morsey in midfield. Or in midfield 3 of Morsey, Luongo, Phillips. I'm so excited. I I've always been excited for the summer. I always had a bit more nerves, but now we've made these few signings, I'm really cannot wait to see them in the flesh. I'm back at Portman Road tomorrow. Sorry, I'm rambling. I'll let
That's fine. That's fine. It's fine. It's all good. Yeah, let's bring in Wazza then. Wazza, Kalvin Phillips 2 years ago was a £42 million player. Man City signed him from Leeds, and now he's an Ipswich Town player on loan. Obviously, the last 2 years, as we said, hasn't really worked out for him, but he's here to get his career, kickstart his career again, and hopefully add to the team we have at the moment. You happy with this one?
Yeah, I like this one a lot, Ross. I think something we were lacking in the department of was Premier League experience. Well, he certainly brings international experience. Obviously, if he can become anything like the player he was when he was playing for Bielsa, what a player we've got on our hands. And like you say, that midfield of Morsey and Phillips, that's some real drive and some real scrapping in the midfield, isn't it? And I saw Henry Winter on Twitter just before we came on, actually, doing a little video, and he called McKenna a player whisperer. And if anyone can get a player back on track and back to their best, it's Super Kieran McKenna, isn't it? So, yeah, like this one. And who knows? Maybe we'll see him getting his debut tomorrow. I believe he got registered in time.
Yes.
So, yeah, it was one of those where I was a bit like Peach. I saw the links and thought, that's a bit optimistic. Obviously, be on a high wage, you'd have thought. Obviously, I'm sure Man City are covering a good percentage of that one. But no, like that a lot.
Yeah, very much so. So Kalvin Phillips in the door. Number 8, the new number 8 for Ipswich Town. We're actually going to get onto squad numbers later. Watson doesn't care, so he'll just he won't bother.
Leave it to
but
you,
Peachy
boys.
is a big fan of that. But I think we haven't done coverage on KOA on the squad numbers. Obviously, we put a story online. Obviously, he's saying the daytimes and all that. But it's good just to have a little chin wag with that, with Peachy and his thoughts on that. But we'll move on to the next player who is signed. Or is there any other business from Kalvin Phillips? I think we cover all bases there. I think we just your quick reaction there, which was good. But Sammie Szmodics, boys, the saga that was going on for days. I loved your video, Peachy, on Twitter. What's her name? I forgot her name straight away.
Kathy Burke.
Kathy Burke. Sorry,
this is nice. It's about time.
Yeah, no, you know the rest.
I swear.
Kay Burke. Just yeah. But yeah, it's finally happened. And fair play. And someone actually put it was actually Chris from New Zealand, Queenstown, New Zealand. At least Sammie didn't do a Johnny Rowe, obviously, from there he's up the road, because Sammie was still playing. He scored in the opening 2 games for Blackburn. Was still training and still being a professional footballer. And now he's an Ipswich Town player. It's £9 million, Peachy, we've signed him for. Obviously, played at Colchester, Peterborough, Bristol City before. Golden Boot last year in the Championship. I think 27 goals. I think 30 plus in all competitions. A lot of money spent, but a player that McKenna will know. Mark Ashton actually signed him when he was at Bristol City. I think he knows Rennie Gilmartin as well, and I think Luke Warren, because obviously they were at Bristol City at the time. Obviously, Sammie will know Jack Taylor, because obviously Peterborough teammates. But thoughts on this one, mate? The saga is ended, and he's now a Town player.
Yeah, well, as Miss Burke said, it is about time, should we say. I won't put the swear word in, because I didn't swear earlier. May I point that out? And I thought I did. When we got linked with this was it 4 years ago? He was linked 4 years ago, actually. But I was a little bit, not trying to sound arrogant here, I was a bit underwhelmed at first. I thought, was he a one-season wonder? But as you look into how well he did last season, you think he scored 27 league goals. In no disrespect, a very poor Blackburn side that were fighting for their lives on the last day. I think it's smart business. It's 9 million. He can play striker. He can play behind the striker. He knows where the goal is. And obviously I didn't know his character. I judged him a bit, obviously, because there was always the rumours he's obviously a Colchester boy. He hates Ipswich, which he doesn't. He's already said that in the interview with the club that I watched earlier.
Sorry to jump in there. I watched the interview as well, and he straight away came out and said, it's more just a thing that's just made up, basically. So yeah, that was good. That was good, sort of him straight away covering out bases. Like at the end of the day, he was just playing for Colchester, and Peterborough, and he just scored against us, and he's just a player who just likes to score goals, and obviously he did go and celebrate. And like any footballer, you're going to celebrate goals, and you're going to have a little.
If his first goal for Town, he's got to do that. Surely he has to. But what I say with his interview, is he comes with a real good character, and as a professional, because you saw him for Blackburn. He's obviously linked with this. He hardly trained with the first team, but when he was called upon against Derby, He came on. He said he played, do the minutes he needed. He then still played Tuesday night at Stockport, where he could have got injured, but he still done it. He didn't throw his toys out the pram like some players, or they see a tweet the night before a game from a very well-known journalist saying Marseille want them. And he's like, "Oh, I'm not playing anymore." So I think it speaks volumes for his character that he did that, and now he's got his move. And I think we'll definitely get to see him tomorrow. I think I can see him coming on for Chaplin when it's 0-0. Then maybe bang a last-minute winner, and who knows?
Spoiler alert for your predictions. Spoiler alert.
There'll be loads of predictions for me tonight. Like Donation will sign a contract tomorrow morning, come on and score the winner with me.
Yeah, true. Could happen. But yeah, Sammie Szmodics. Wazza, thoughts on this one, mate? I know we've had our little text messages over the last few weeks about this saga. I'm sure you're happy it's ended.
Sick of it. Yeah, I was getting really sick of it, Ross. So I'm quite glad we've finally got this one over the line, because he is a player that, on the times I've seen him for Peterborough, for Blackburn, he's a bit of a David Nugent figure, and he always likes to score against us. And like you say, I've always heard them stories that, we don't like Town, but I like that he's just come out and said, "No, I'm just an absolute wind-up merchant." So I've got a lot of time for that. And hopefully he'll be on the wind-up tomorrow after sticking one into the net. I think he might start tomorrow. He's match fit. Played competitive games this season. I appreciate he didn't have much of a pre-season.
Hot take. Ooh.
Yeah, that's my hot take. And it'll probably be wrong, as most of my hot takes are. No. But he's match fit, and he's, I believe, scored in both games he's played. So ride the hot hand, as they say. Get him going. I think he might start tomorrow.
We got an assistant as well for when Blackburn played Derby.
Yeah,
goal and assist, and then he definitely got 2 the other night.
You got 2 the other
I
night.
was a bit like, when it kept going, is he not? I was getting Mr. Impatient, getting fed up with it. I was like, oh, let's move on. Let's not, But
we saw what Blackburn were like, didn't we, with the Gallagher chase last season, and by all accounts, they're a nightmare to negotiate with. And I was just thinking it was probably time to move on to other targets if we weren't, if they weren't prepared to budge on it. I was thinking, well, let's go and actually get someone who's actually going to come here. But no, pleased to get it over the line, because when you get the Championship's top scorer, every chance he should be able to do it in the Premier League. So yeah. Pleased with that.
Yeah,
and I think the fact we've got him for under 10 million, I was, I think that's a good bit of business, really.
I think so too. And that hot take, it could happen. I think obviously he's not probably trained much. Maybe he did train with the team, today briefly. I know it's sometimes difficult to get chucked in, and obviously you need to learn the style of play. But you are right, though. He is match fit. He'll be as match fit as all our Town players. Obviously, our Town players have had pre-season and stuff like that. But Sammie Szmodics actually played competitive football. I know it's Championship, and obviously we've got Liverpool. But you never know. And obviously we now, if you don't know this, ladies and gentlemen, the kickoff, the team news is going to be a bit earlier this year. I think it's 75 minutes before kickoff. So yeah, you're gonna have to get ready at what time will that be? So,
11:15.
11:15. Yeah. So
be in bed at that point.
Yes, some people, not even at the ground by that point. So yeah, it'll be interesting. Could be as you said, could be still in your bed, just like, oh, he's starting. All right, I'll get myself down there now. But yeah, those 2 sexy stuff signings are in the door. A good way to get ready for the game this weekend. Because I know, Wazza, you're a bit. I know you messaged me earlier in the week and said, "Oh, I don't know, Ross. I think we're still light." And that sort of segues nicely onto how would rate our transfer window so far, and where do you reckon we need to go next? Obviously, we're linked with the Swedish international midfielder from Napoli, which I'm happy about. 6'2", Jens Gustu. I can't say his name. Who can say his name?
Guste. I'm going with
Jens Guste.
Silent J.
JC sounds good.
Yeah, JC.
JC.
As long as he's not replacing JD, though, Peach.
Don't go there. Don't go there.
Don't start there.
My boy.
Yeah, Wazza. How would you rate it, and where do you reckon we need strengthening next?
With today in mind, I'd probably give us a 7.5 out of 10. I think I'd give us an 8 if Szmodics had been done a week earlier. But apart from that, I think, we've addressed left back with Connor Townsend. Doesn't maybe fit into the sexy stuff bracket, but that's done. We've addressed the midfield and looks like we're going to add to that a bit more. So I think with Phillips coming in, the player that he is, the reputation he brings with him, I think that's really good. A bit of movement. I think Ben Johnson on a free is really smart. I like that signing a lot. Saw him play against Nice, thought he looked quite good. Graves, brilliant, like that. Like Liam Delap. The only things I think I would look to strengthen if I was Kieran McKenna would be another number 9, but that's every football team in the world wants to buy a number 9, so appreciate that's quite difficult. And I'd probably say a left winger with Broadhead being injured. Obviously, I know we've got Amari in the building now. I think Delap might be able to play on that side. I could be wrong on that.
But I think
will be through the middle, won't he? But yeah, I'd say we need a left wing, and then I'd say we're looking pretty good. You know, with new goalkeeper in the building, centre backs in the building with Jacob Greaves. Yeah, I know there was that link to Jack Clark, wasn't there? That's a player I would love to have, but whether that happens or not. But yeah, 7.5.
So, I don't normally allow halves, but as it's you,
I'll round it up.
I
can round it up. I'm feeling generous. It's a Friday night. I'll give him an 8.
Okay, an 8. I don't mind that. Peachy, what are you doing?
I think I agree. Roz really. Was a it's a bit warm in here. Yeah, 8 out of 10. I think getting Amari back's massive because he can play again. He was getting into some top form towards the end of last season, and he can play anywhere across the. He can play right, left, behind the striker. I'm really looking forward to seeing Jacob Greaves. Watching him pre-season, there's once against Dusseldorf. I thought, well, the players round him, and all of a sudden he just got the ball, no foul, clean tackle, and like Hull fans were raving about him and think we got him an absolute snip. Who else we got? Muric, the goalkeeper. Yeah, I haven't seen much of him, but I've seen him obviously play for Burnley in their promotion season. He loves the old outside the foot, doesn't he? As well, and like when you see him, it's like he's playing centre midfield as well. Like it gets that
he's
far
so high up.
Yeah, what I like about that is how like I think if we're attacking and teams just boot the ball out, he's going to pick it up and recycle it. But I'm a segue, so I'm also Connor Townsend, brilliant signing. What, $500,000 cover for left back? Because we didn't really have that last year. We had like Clark would go over there and play. Humphreys would come on. Who else have I missed? And obviously Ben Johnson on free, brilliant. And looking at his interview, he seems a real down to earth guy. And like I say, Liam Delap, always liked the look of him when I've seen him play. And against Nice, that was his best game. Like he was holding the ball up brilliantly. He was literally just another playing how George Hurst plays, which is going to suit our style perfectly. Where do we need to strengthen again? Well, obviously left midfield with Brody being injured. Obviously with this other centre mid coming in, which I think we're fine there. And maybe another goalkeeper if Walton leaves or Slicker goes out on loan. Really, I think that's all I can think we really need. Because I think centre back wise, it depends if we're going to play 3 at the back as well. Because we've got Fridge, Wolfie, Burgess, Twanzebe.
Technically, Kalvin can play there. Kalvin Phillips, he can play there.
And even when he's fit, Harry Clark could probably do a job he could play at centre back as well. So just depends and obviously, and a striker. But we've been linked with that Borja, his name is from Chelsea. But there's so many, there's rumours like we've met his representatives, but he's obviously been linked with a lot bigger clubs than us, let's be fair, like AC Milan. So, but I think the next 2 signings won't happen. No, well, this other centre mid guy will come in. But I think the last 2 signings might be towards the end of the window. And like I say, I'd love Jack Clark. I think he's absolutely brilliant. Proper old school winger, runs at people, cuts inside. Love it. Then if he's on the left, it gives Leith the chance to overlap and get his 1 million assists that he's going to get this year.
He's targeting that. Obviously, the FPL deadline is done. I don't know if anybody's got any Man United Fulham players in. I don't know what score is at the moment. That I'm just going to. It's 0-0. So lovely. We're not missing much, which is good.
I've got a Nana.
Just hit the side net.
Got a Nana. Clean sheet. You want a clean sheet then?
Yeah.
I've got Smith Rowe. I've got Emil Smith Rowe for Fulham. So come on, Smith Rowe, get a goal, get an assist.
Just quick, I've made a rule with my fantasy team this year. I won't have any players in the team when they're playing against Ipswich.
Oh, okay.
So I've got Cody Gakpo in my squad.
Mm.
He's not in my FLP team tomorrow. He's on the bench. I'm not having any. Bit petty, but it's me.
Yeah, you got. Oh God, he's just scored a hat trick. Oh no, he's on my bench. Oh no. But yeah, that's a good rule. As I said, we've done a rule like you got to at least have one town player in your team at some point, so or just in general. So, but yeah, that would be interesting. I want to stick with you, Peach. We're going to segue now onto squad numbers. So, I don't know, have a cup of tea or something, do whatever you need to do while we do this. But we'll just do this quickly, Peachy. Obviously, squad numbers got released a few days ago. Obviously, I know a lot of town fans are interested in this. There's a few people, obviously, numbers. Muric has got number 1 shirt. Obviously, he had 49 during pre-season. So I think that was, a shirt he was wearing for Burnley, I think. But he's number 1. Walton is now 28. Was he 28 anyway?
Yeah, 28. Got up here.
Yeah. Yeah. Who else has got changes? So obviously, Kalvin Phillips is 8, which he's got a number 8 because he's that position, and obviously it's a big number. Obviously, Lee Evans had that last year. Did he have it last year? Last year? Yeah. Obviously, last year. Obviously, Amari's kept number 20. I think he was always going to have that. Obviously, the big thing, and we've already mentioned it, number 9 is still going. Poor Freddie. He's now 29. Dropped. Ben Johnson's 18. Delap is 19. I think there was Delap could be number 9, but I think they're saving it for maybe that another new signing. Jacob Greaves 24. Phillips and Szmodics is 23. Axel Twanzavie's 6 to 40, which is on
the threshold for me. Apart from I'll let Janoi wear 44, but 40 and above is just stupid.
It is.
And all I'll say is there's no silly squad numbers.
No.
And also we get I think I said this before on a pod many times when Sammie Jean used to play for Sunderland up front in war number 3. No, get left back.
Yes.
But I think to quote Wazza before we come on, I think he said, I don't care if Amari Hutchinson's wearing number 550,000 is still the same player in that shirt.
Yeah, true.
I genuinely could not care less, lads. I've tuned out. I'm watching the football.
On that note, then we'll just segue, Peachy. We shall segue, but I just want to quickly mention
you look crack on. I'm having a great time.
I am intrigued though to see tomorrow because obviously, town fans probably waited to see what the squad numbers will be, so they can then put their name and number on the shirt. Obviously, you knew, a lot of the players anyway, like Leif Davis and Wes Burns, Connor Chaplin, and Sam Morsey, Luke Wolford, and maybe certain players like that. You always knew that was going to be their shirt number. But it'd be interesting to see how many people get Kalvin Phillips' shirt number because it's number 8, which is a big number, good number, and obviously it's Kalvin Phillips. So yeah, I'll be interested to see who is the most popular shirt this year. But I think it's gonna be the regular nipple names, I think. But we're gonna now go into Premier League football, boys, because it's happening. Ipswich Town are back in the top flight for the first time since 2002. Peachy, how old are you when Town won in the Premier League? Sorry to put ages on this.
I was 16. No, I wasn't. I wasn't that old. I was 14 when we got promoted.
14.
And I was 16 when we got relegated.
Okay, so 16. How old are you?
When we got promoted, I was 4.
Okay.
6 when we came down, same as you, I think, Ross.
Yeah, I was 6 as well. So, So, Peachy, you were able to maybe experience a bit more than us two put together, and I'm sure there's a lot of people watching who hadn't experienced it before. But there could be a few people, a new generation of Town fans who will see Ipswich Town in the Premier League who they never thought would ever happen because you think this time 2 years ago we were preparing. We were playing Forest Green. We were down there in Gloucestershire.
Hot sunburn that day.
Yeah, it was a very hot day with the open terrace. And
what a weird game that was.
It was a weird game. We won though, didn't we? Marcus Arnott scored.
2-1. 2-1. Morsey scored up the other end, and they had that end was in the shade, wasn't it? And they had black goal nets, and he shot, and it was quite a long ranger, I think. And no one knew that it went in for about 5 seconds until the player was celebrating. She couldn't see the net. It was weird.
I do remember that.
I parked in a literal field.
Yeah.
Me and my mum went down, I think.
Oh yeah, of course. Yeah, I think
my mum nicked one of my mate's season tickets because they couldn't go. I think they were Joe Harden that day. I think my mum changed to Joe.
I love it.
Yeah, weird day.
Yeah, but yeah, the thing that was 2 years ago, boys, and now we're preparing for a Premier League game against Liverpool at Portman Road, which is just madness. And I'm gonna just put it bluntly, really, Peachy. I'm not gonna muck about. How do you reckon Town will do overall? Where will Town finish?
I think we're going to finish 16th, and that's head, not heart. I just think, like many things, so many people writing us off because it's the easiest option. A bit like Luton last year. It's like, oh, Ipswich, they've just come. They were in League One 2 years ago. They won't be good enough. Do they not know? And maybe I'm a bit big-headed here. We've probably got the best up-and-coming manager in world football. He's lost 10 league games. All right, we might lose more than 10 this year. Don't get me wrong. But yeah, I'll say keep McKenna. I'll be honest, I think if McKenna would have gone, no matter what manager you bring in, we'd have been struggling. We wouldn't have got all these players in we're getting in now. So I think we'll finish 16th. I don't think he's going to finish below us. But one thing I will say is to the new fans who are coming, which is brilliant, don't get me wrong, expect us to lose a little bit more than we have in the past few years. And I know you won't. I know the crowd won't turn, but just keep behind the boys because, as Mark Ashton said, when we all go as one, it's amazing what we can achieve.
I like that. Yeah, 16th. I've gone 16th as well on our main, obviously, flagship show, our predictions show. I went 16th as well, which is the highest out of all the other boys. They all went 17th. They all think we're going to stay up. Now, Gwaza, light is on you now, my friend. What do you reckon?
I hate to say it, boys, but I'm going to make it a hat-trick of 16th. We are going to finish 16th above Southampton, Leicester, Forest and Everton.
Ooh. Tell us why.
Leicester points deduction.
Mm-hmm.
Southampton beat them home and away. Useless. Russell Martin, bottle job. Made him aware of that outside of the Coventry Stadium when he was on media duties last season. Forest, they just seem to be clinging on, circling the drain, and they just seem to be in absolute carnage all the time. We're the exact opposite of that. We've got continuation, and I think, as Ashton has always said, that is our superpower. I just don't fancy Everton. Dominic Calvert-Lewin, not fit to lace George Hurst's boots, really.
Well, George Hurst's injured at the moment, so
Don't matter.
Can't lace, but that doesn't.
All right, Liam Delap's boots. He wouldn't get
nothing. Yeah, Liam Delap. Honestly, I'm backing him this year. He's my main man. He's my new boy, Liam Delap. I hope he, does the business. So 16th, a hat trick of 16th, which is great.
I think the other two promoted clubs will go down, sadly, because I don't really like to see it happening. The yo-yoing of Championship to Premier League and back again. But I think Forest might just drop. So yeah.
I like it. Chris has gone even higher. Chris from New Zealand has gone for me 14th or 15th. So
I'll take that.
Never know. I'll take that right now. I'll take that right now. Now let's then go on to Liverpool then this weekend. There's two ways this could go, real three ways, obviously, win, draw, or lose. But this was a good time to play Liverpool, or their new manager, and they're just going to really go for it and they could really beat us really heavily. But I don't know, I made us sad now, haven't I? But Peachy, how are you feeling for this, mate? We're back at Portman Road. It's going to be a packed, over 30,000 fans will be there. TV cameras everywhere. I know there's going to be loads of the pundits who I think TNT is live on TNT, of course. 12:30 kickoff. How are you feeling for it, my friend? I'm going to turn my light off because it's getting dark, so bear with me.
Start of the week, I was actually quite nervous. I was looking at Liverpool squad thinking, yeah, they've won a few European trophies. They're quite a good side, but all the videos that have been coming up this week, like all the montages, it just got me all built up. And I remember, all right, it wasn't our first game of that season, but the last time in the Premier League against Man United, when they're our first home game, we drew 1-1. The atmosphere in that ground that day was one of my top 5. And even like Alex Ferguson made reference to it. And that there was only like a 6-year gap from Premier League Championship. We've had 22 years. 22 years of frustration. Well, you could say frustration, build up to this day. Portman Road will be rocking. It should be rocking from minute 1 to 90 or 95, no matter how we play. So I'm actually from being real nervous. I'm really excited. I'm just going to go there and enjoy the day because it's an amazing occasion. There's over 30,000. We've got to show that, like Mark Ashton said again, like the world will see us. We've got to show the world what we're all about. Even if we are 2-0 down, we'll just keep singing our hearts out. But I don't think we will. I think we'll put on a hell of a show. And I must admit, if this was Liverpool under Klopp, I'd be more nervous. But it's the unknown under their new slot under him. It's all they might come out and play us off the park, or they might be a bit disjointed. Who knows? But I don't think they'd want to be playing us first game of the season. A newly promoted side away. It's not the ideal. They'd rather have someone at home, like a Palace, no respect them, or Wolves. I'm not going to sleep tonight. I know that. I've got an early start anyway to get to town because I'm eating for breakfast, but I'm just so, it's like Christmas Eve, really, isn't it? When you're like a kid.
Very much so. Very much so. Wazza, Liverpool, hey? We've seen Liverpool many years. They won the Premier League a few years back. They won the Champions League. Obviously, Klopp, that was Klopp era. They're now in a new era under a Dutchman, a bald Dutchman. I'm not sorry, Peachy. I'm not, just saying. Yeah, that's that, pretty much. Obviously, they got superstars, haven't they? Van Dijk, Salah, Jota, Darwin Núñez, who he's put in his FPL team. Just your thoughts going into this one, and we'll do our big predictions after that.
Can't really say much more than what Peachy said, to be fair. It's like Christmas, but better because it's more football. No, it's just going to be absolutely brilliant. I never thought I'd get to see us in the Premier League. I remember sitting in the Championship, me and my mate, who I, used to go and watch football with as a teenager and that, we just sat there going, God, we're the most boring team to sport in the world because we never did anything. I just thought we'd sit in the second tier. Then we went down and it got worse. And I just think that, I've never thought I'd get to see us as competing with Liverpool as equals. So I'm just excited for it. Best time to play them as well. Start of the season, new manager. I'm going to give a hot take. I think we go ahead in this game.
Who's scoring that? Who's going to score that opening goal?
Should I save that for my prediction, or do you want me to give it now?
Well, segue then. We'll just segue straight away if you're happy to.
I think we go ahead with a Liam Delap early goal.
Boy,
I'll probably be wrong. But something tells me with the crowd up, the players must be full of adrenaline. I think we might nick a goal early on. And then I think we might go back up against the wall. And it might all go a bit peaked on. But I think we nick something early on. And I think we go ahead. I do think we're going to start the season with a draw.
Okay.
I think we're going to start the season with a 2-2 draw.
Oh, Desmond. Oh,
Desmond.
Don't mind that.
And I don't know if that's just me being hopelessly optimistic and Mo Salah's going to turn up and score 5 past us in the space of 20 minutes and then go back down the tunnel and straight off back at Liverpool. I don't know. But something in my head just thinks, McKenna will have a game plan. The players will be well up for it. The Portman Road will be absolutely bouncing tomorrow. I think we get something from this game.
Do you know what? Because you just mentioned Salah there and like him, I think they maybe underestimate Liverpool. Maybe like Liverpool as a team, they may underestimate like Portman Road, like because some of them have probably never been here before. And then when they come out and warm up, obviously they'll, be that normal atmosphere. Everyone just talk amongst themselves, But when they come out of that tunnel, it will be electric, and that maybe like Liverpool fans go, oh, Liverpool players will go, okay, we've got a game here. So yeah, I've gone for a draw as well. By the way, I've gone 1-1. I've gone Sam Morsey to score. He's the first goal scorer, but I think Liverpool may take the lead and then we'll equalise and that'll be it. But we do score early, like in the Championship, even League One, we did score a lot of early goals, didn't we? So could we continue that trend? We shall see. Peachy, what are you going for? So we're both going for a draw, so an unbeaten start.
I've gone for a draw as well, and I've gone for 2-2. I think, like I said, we'll get an early goal. I really do think we'll get that early goal. And then Liverpool will go 2-1 up. And then we'll rescue it late on. Because we know this team is relentless and they will not stop. And it's going to be like an 89th minute, Muric high ball in the box, Wolfie up there, heads it across, and Szmodics off the bench.
Imagine if Wolfie scored in the Prem for Ipswich.
I'll cry. I know he would. Well, he wouldn't actually. He's too late back. But
yeah, scenes.
It would be
Wolfie
like
scores, Clark assist or something.
Because it's Wolfie.
Clark's injured.
Oh, is Clark out? Is he? Clark out?
Yeah, he's out. Yeah.
Is it because Wolfie's the only one left now from the team who went down from the Championship to League One, went through all the rubbish, and now he always
nearly
said
packed it in, didn't he?
He always said though. He said it was obviously a bit. This is before we got relegated. He wanted to get back to the Premier League or play for the Premier League, and he's going to do it tomorrow.
Yeah, crazy.
God bless
him.
I
think Kieran McKenna mentioned in his press conference that potentially 12 players will be making their Premier League debuts, which no offense to a lot of those players, they probably never thought they would get to that level because they were, at one stage they were League One footballers. I know like players like Sam Morsey, like Leif Davis, they dropped down, Connor Chaplin, they dropped down to League One to because they felt they were coming to a project, and obviously they went and had Paul Cook originally, and then obviously Kieran McKenna came in and just changed everything. But yeah, I think there could be potentially 12 players because obviously we've got how many? Is it 7 now subs or something like that? Something crazy you can make.
I think you can name 9, but you can only make 5 subs.
5, yeah, 5, yeah. My bad,
and you get like 3 windows to do it, but half time doesn't count as a window. Apparently.
Sammy Morsey did an interview with the Guardian earlier, saying that he just did it outside. No, he did it with the Guardian earlier, saying he'd given up on ever playing Premier League football, and here he is, about to lead a team out against Liverpool.
Crazy, yeah, unbelievable.
What a leader!
What a leader! Yeah, fun fact about that was from Nick Hames, who's a town fan.
Yes.
But obviously works at the Guardian, and I was covering the under-21s game. That was on the Tuesday. And he obviously came over, Nick. I think he just done his interview with Morsey. And then I went, obviously watched the under-21 game. And then I was on the 6-6 bus with him.
And he asked for your autograph?
No. I did. I asked Nick. Me and Nick just have a nice chin wag. But yeah, a lot of great interviews obviously out there right now. Of course, my colleagues, Stu and AJ have done some good ones with Ben Johnson, Leif Davis. And yeah, the world media will be focusing on Ipswich Town because obviously it is the early kickoff tomorrow. And it's just going to be mad, boys. I said over 30,000 in the stadium. Have you got any in mind of your starting 11s? I'll put this on you quickly. But anybody you think is definitely a nailed on starter? I know you said a hot take about Szmodics potentially starting.
Muric will start, won't he? Leaf will start.
Morsey, obviously.
Yeah. Back 3 like we played against Nice last weekend, maybe with the.
Do you think we Twanzabi, Wolfie, Greaves?
Yeah,
or
maybe Burge on the left.
Yeah.
Johnson right, Leaf left.
Yep.
Probably a midfield of Morsey and Luongo, I guess.
Yeah.
And that leaves with Chaplin, Amari, and Delap.
Or does it leave us with...
You said Burns yet?
I don't know how many players we've got without writing this down, boys.
Yeah. I'll put this on the boys. It should have been on the notes anyway, because obviously
back 5 with
back 5,
6. Midfield 2 is 8. Gives you a front 3, is it?
Yeah. So Amari, Chappers, and
Delap up front. So Burns is not, but Burns did the once again. I don't know if you can ever read into that because that's happened a few times. But then this
destroys my hot take of Szmodics plan if I play.
Yeah.
So I'm going to have to shoehorn him in somehow. like left back.
Yeah. But yeah, like I said, I don't know if you ever can read it because when you get a player, for player press, and you go, "Oh, he's got to surely he's got to start." But there's been a few times where actually we've got a player, and then he's not actually started. It's like, oh,
Burns looked good last week, I thought.
Yeah, I don't know about his new haircut though. I know, obviously, we're sad that he'd got rid of it. He's got, I don't know what's got this, Anyway, but so can we? This is David in the chat. This is his team. Let's bring it up. Starting 11, Muric, Davis, Johnson, Greaves, Wolfie, Taylor, Morsey, Amari, Chaplin, Burns, Delap. Now, Taylor, has played a lot in pre-season. Once Harness, bless him. Harness had a good pre-season.
Harness is really good.
Pre-season Marcus Harness is a different animal.
Yeah.
He brought the ball down at one point against Nice last week, and I just sat there going, Sorry, you know what I mean? Like, what if it's been in your locker for the last 3 years?
Yeah,
But 2 years, whatever it is.
But yeah, well, once again, it's just a guessing game right now. And we know the guaranteed starters pretty much, don't we? But it's just those other positions where you just think potentially, like I doubt Kalvin Phillips will start, but you just never know. You just
Has he had much for pre-season?
Yeah,
Yeah,
a lot for Man City.
Right. Good.
That's centre half.
Right.
So,
he said he's played 2 games centre mid, 2 games centre half.
Yeah. So once again, I think because Man City obviously had a lot of their players were coming back from the Euros, like Rodri, obviously, winning the Euros for Spain. Sorry,
he's out for tomorrow, isn't he? So hopefully he's out for next week.
Yeah, well, that as well. That'd be big. That'd be big. Obviously, the problem is with Kalvin Phillips, we can't play him against Man City because I'm sure the loan agreement, that's the only thing. So do you just play him, start him in this game? I don't know, but we'll find out at 11:15, which will be very weird. It'll be very weird indeed. 11:15.
Bench, I'd say.
Yeah, I think so. But 9 players on the bench. Like, have we got enough room? Have we got enough, seats on the bench to fit 9 players? Plus the coaching staff? I don't know. Because I know there's normally players obviously they're players like George Hurst and Broadhead, players who are out injured. Normally they go and sit there as well because you obviously want to be amongst it all. But yeah, it'll be interesting. It'll be like a cluster of many people. But yeah, that's a bit of our little thinking of the lineups. Now, boys, to end the podcast, as always, actually, normally this is in the middle. We have got a strike because it's tradition. Or is there any other thoughts and feelings about the Liverpool game? Anything else you want to mention before we go on to the strike? And then we have got a few other little bits to wrap up the show as well.
Just enjoy it. No matter what happens tomorrow, just enjoy the day. Because I'll tell you, it's going to be brilliant.
Yeah, great day for the town.
Oh, brilliant. Yeah, I love the new. Obviously, we're going to see Portman Road very different. There's going to be a lot of new stuff. I know for the media anyway, there's going to be a new media suite. I know there's a lot of different stands. Even where you're going to be sitting, boys, I'm sure it's going to be a little bit different as well. Peach, I know you're where the press box is in that sort of facility, aren't you? But you're not having to move?
No, I'm SBR, Swarovski and Upper.
My bad. Oh, it's probably cup games. I'm thinking of cup games.
Yeah.
Normally you go there in cup games.
But also, sorry, quick mention. I noticed on Twitter earlier, Blue Action are doing a display, aren't they? It's in all the Swarovski stand. So be ready for that. Apparently.
Yes. Oh, I can't wait for that. They always bring, great. They just, just brilliant stuff they do. And yeah, the atmosphere is going to be incredible. And looking forward to seeing Portman Road. Obviously, it's still a lot of work to be done because I know there's so many projects I have to do. But I love seeing the new Ipswich Town thing. When you get off the train, you can see it, and just other little bits and bobs that just adds to it. And I think even where the Boy Robson stand, the new murals on there because obviously it was before it was classic games from the eras at the North Stand, but now I think it's from based in the Kenner era. I think I've seen one of them was Wes Burns, obviously the Derby game, the Friday Night Lights where we wear the black kit for the first time. So looking forward to seeing that. But yeah.
I was driving down slightly unrelated, but I was driving down the Norwich Road earlier, down by Coes and that, and there's a big mural up on the wall, and that looked absolutely brilliant. So if you've not seen it, maybe go and look at it on social media or something. It looks absolutely quality. Yeah. Well, yeah, just maybe walk because it's sort of near the ground because Barrack Corner or Barrack Lane, as near Norwich Road, as you said. So near Coes. So if you fancy just going there quickly before the game, go and see it. But well done to people who are involved in that, which is great. All right then, boys, let's get into the strike and then we'll do our little outro and all that jazz. Now, 5 questions as always, plus a tiebreaker. Peachy and Wazza going head to head. First question is on Kalvin Phillips. Now, this question could be a good or bad question. It really depends on if you've done your research on Kalvin Phillips and if you haven't read pieces, because it's basically how many caps has Kalvin Phillips won for England. Peachy's read some stuff.
I think I know this one.
But Wazza though, I think knows as well.
Think so. I could probably wrong. I'm never very successful on the strike, but I think I know it.
I've got 2 numbers in my head, and I've just gone with the one that came to my head first.
Okay, go ahead.
I've gone for 31.
31.
Likewise, I don't know if I can get
31.
31.
It is correct. So a point each. Normally, I'll go double the points for if you get it bang on, but as you both got it right, I don't think you need double points. And we've got early doors. I was going to do because he has scored 1 goal for England. Let me quickly find if I can see that goal. I can't find it so quickly right now. So we'll move on from that. That could be a question for another day, potentially. But that could be a nice little bonus point for somebody. But we'll do question 2, and that is on Sammie Szmodics. Now, he spent time on loan when he was at Colchester. At which Essex non-league club? Oh, no, Colchester, Essex as well. But was it Braintree, Chelmsford City, or Malden and Tiptree? So, yeah, what was he at Colchester? He also went out on loan to another Essex club. Braintree, Chelmsford City, or Malden and Tiptree. What do you reckon, boys?
Braintree.
I've gone Braintree as well.
Oh, I just realised I didn't actually bring up the question. But there's the question for the viewers. So I'll do a little pause quickly here. That is right, by the way. It is Braintree. And also I've seen that Osman Foyo, the unit that is, he's just joined Chelmsford on loan. So all the best to him. Obviously, last year we had Finlay Barbrook and Henry Gray out on loan there at the National League South Side, which is 6th tier, which is not a bad level to sort of. He was on loan at Torquay last year, Osman, but he is a unit. He played pre-season for the 21s against that Borussia Mönchengladbach team. Did really well. So all the best to him. But yeah, 2-2 then, Desmond, which is the goal score line you've said about the Ipswich Liverpool game. So we'll also see if you guys get any more points here. Question 3 is on who scored Town's last goal in the Premier League. Was it Darren Bent, Martin Reusser, or Matt Holland? I was going to mention the team we played and the last goal, but I thought it may give it away potentially, but I don't know, maybe it won't. I don't know. But Peachy may know this because he probably was at the game. I wasn't because me and Boz were 6. So actually, I was 5 because my birthday is not until July. But you would have been 6 or so, I think, because you're a January boy, aren't you?
I am indeed.
January boy. All right, then, boys. What do you reckon? I'll go with you, Peachy, because it seems you know this.
I think it was a Darren Bent debut. It wasn't a debut goal, but it's his first goal against Middlesbrough. And that game, Middlesbrough had like 20 fans because their buses got blocked or something, so that all the rest of the fans couldn't get to the game. Random stuff I remember in my life. Sorry.
I like it. Was it?
I've also gone for Benty.
It is correct, though. It is correct, was it? So it's good thing. And yeah, that's his first ever Premier League goal. I don't think it's his first goal for Ipswich, because I think he scored against Newcastle in the Cup.
Yes.
So we lost that game, I think, like 4-1 or something. So, but his first Premier League goal, because it was a 1-0 win. So that's actually our last ever Premier League win, because obviously we went on to lose, I think, against Man United after that, and then obviously Liverpool.
Yeah, Van Nistelrooy died to win a penalty, but I'm not bitter about it still.
Not at all.
No, not at all.
Now, this is the question now segues onto the last Town goal against Liverpool at Portman Road. Who scored that goal? Was it Alan Armstrong, James Scowcroft, or Marcus Stewart? Once again, sorry, you were probably...
Did you have asked me something about last season, Ross? I was at those games.
Who scored Town's last goal in the Championship? That's not.
I know that one.
Who's that?
It's Murray, isn't it?
Yes,
Starboy.
Starboy. PG, go ahead.
Alan Armstrong.
Was that?
Matty Holland.
Matty Holland's not.
I was looking at the last one.
Have another guess, was it? Have another guess.
No, I'll just take the L, mate. That first.
Fair enough. Yeah, it is Alan Armstrong. It was a 1-1 draw back then. Do you know what? Who scored? No, I won't do it. It was actually Emil
Heskey.
Of course. You don't get an extra point for that, by the way. You don't get an extra point. But it is 3-2 going to the final question. And this question doesn't help you, Wazza, but if you get it bang on, you get double points. And this will be hard for Peachy, though, because it's not his era.
Well, it could help me. I could tie.
That's what I mean. If you get closest to the correct point, but if you get a bang on, you could actually win. But then Peachy could get a bang on as well. But now, this is I've gone for John Walk because I've done player connections. Liverpool, Ipswich, obviously he, legend at Town, and you're call him a Liverpool legend really because he obviously went on to win, titles there, FA Cups and all that. Did he win a European Cup with Liverpool?
He won one with Ipswich. That's all that matters.
Yeah, true. True. He's not wrong at all. I'm just going to quickly get it up quickly. If he did win the European Cup, no, he just won he just won 2 league titles there, and he won the Charity Shield, which was shared, which is just stupid. Why would you share? Because they drew with Everton and they shared it. Just penalties, lads. What are you doing? What are you doing? But yeah, Johnny Walk, obviously club legend. How many goals did he score for Town in 678 games? Obviously, midfielder, defender late in his career. Obviously, had that amazing season in 80, 81. I'm sure there'll be a few people in the chat that may know more of his era. I know you probably catched him a little bit, Peachy, maybe at the end of his career.
Yeah,
obviously, he was a defender then.
Yeah, he's playing centre back.
So, yeah, Johnny Walk. 678 games. So if Wazza gets a bang on, he wins. If he gets the closest, it goes to a tie. But if Peachy gets closest, you win overall. But we have got a tiebreaker, so we could use that. So we'll start with you, Peachy, as you are in front.
71.
71. Go for you.
Slightly higher on 78.
78. Now, I'm panicking because I can't find the answers. Now, I have found the answers. Now, you've given him not much credit, boys, because Johnny Walk has got over his 3 digits, his goals.
Oh, I'm sorry, Mr. Walk.
179. So when you said 78 I thought, what's got to bang on? I was like, no, 179.
Ross, I wasn't even a fetus. I'm not that bothered.
That's fine, but you are closest, though, mate. So
he gets the point.
Oh, shit, yeah.
Oh, no, he cares.
I care now.
So the tiebreaker is actually needed. So we shall see who is going to win this week's strike. But for poor Johnny Walk, did he score like 40 goals one season?
The year we won the UEFA Cup, he scored in every round, and he was the only player. He was the first player to do it. I think Steven Gerrard done it in 2001.
Yeah, 36 goals he scored in that 80-81 season. So that's like halfway to, both yours, answer. But anyway, it doesn't matter because we've got a tiebreaker because this is a chance to win the first strike of 2024-25 Premier League edition because we're a Premier League football club now. How many times have Town beaten Liverpool at Portman Road in 35 games? So whoever gets closest wins.
Well, I've never seen it.
Yeah, obviously there's been...
I've seen us play Liverpool 4 times at home. Right.
Yeah, true. And obviously the last time we actually
played...
So
it's less than
Liverpool,
31.
Correct.
Yes. And obviously the last time... And the last time we actually hosted Liverpool at Portman Road, we lost 6-0. So...
Yeah, they subbed their keeper during the first half. They're 3-0 up.
That's when it's
not ideal, is it?
No, it's not ideal at all. So hopefully it's different this weekend. But yeah, 35 games. And do you know what? The stat, even for Anfield, is not great though. We've won only twice at Anfield in our history. Obviously the Adam Tanner goal and obviously the Marcus Stewart goal in 2000. And obviously the Tanner goal was 95, I think. 96, one of those. No, 95 because we were, all right then, boys. Who wants to go first? Let me quickly get the answer up. Yep, got the answer.
Go on, Wazza.
I've gone with 8.
I've gone with 10.
Ooh, 10. Now,
it's 9.
What do we do if it's 9?
Then we're buggered. Basically, you got to do rock paper scissors. I don't know how that works through the screen. We'll just do something anyway. Now we've lost 12 games. We've drawn 11, and we've won 12. So Peachy is the champion. Standard, pretty much for the strike.
Standard.
David's gone 4. Chris has gone 6 in the chat. So didn't back us to win, but obviously we were a dominant force in English football back in the 70s and 80s, and that's when we played Liverpool a lot. Obviously, we played Liverpool in the 90s as well. I'm trying to think the last time we actually beat Liverpool. But Peachy, while I find that stat quickly, speech.
I don't feel like it doesn't feel like a win, to be honest. It feels like I've just an own goal in the last minute. It doesn't feel like, because I think the overall result was a draw. I was happy with the draw. We have to play the tiebreaker. I didn't get it bang on, so I don't feel like I should have won. But it'll be another thing to go on the fridge door as well, another for the honours list. So, some people participate, others win. And that's not a dig at you, was it, by the way? I never would.
Yeah, but very true as well, to be fair. I am currently ordering takeaway. So that's the commitment we've got here.
That's fine. That's fine. That's fine. We did say this is going to be a 45-minute pod, but as you can see, it's 55 minutes. So we are going to wrap it up very shortly. But I hope you've enjoyed the show. Actually, last time we beat Liverpool was that Marcus Stewart goal. But last time we won at Portman Road against Liverpool was 1986, a 2-1 win in the top flight under Bobby Ferguson. So, but
the year I was born.
Oh,
the year I was born.
I like that. It was when were you born?
3rd of April.
Oh, this is the 1st of February, so before you were actually born.
God's sake.
So, on that note, any other business, boys? Any other business? I'll go to you, Wazza, because I know Peach has got a plug. So, any other business from you?
I just have a question for you, actually, Ross, which you might know the answer to, you might not. No, it's fine. Obviously, last week when we was at the Nice game, there was still loads of building work being done on Portman Road. Is that all done, all taken care of? I
know there's a lot of work still to be done.
Yeah.
But because obviously, I think, that great, walk around Portman Road with Mark Ashton, Andy Warren, formerly of this parish, there's like 100+ projects being worked on. So I'm sure there's still certain parts of the stadium maybe that still need to be worked on, but maybe that's more like stuff that we may not see. But you would suppose, because there's over 30,000 tickets sold, you think all the stands are done. Obviously,
all the boxes were still missing.
Yeah. So you think that they've been sorted? I think the TV studio I don't think is going to be sorted for the Liverpool game. I think they'll just be in a different position. And obviously, I've got a nice new media suite to see and stuff, a new like cinema and like rooms. So, but it'll be interesting. Portman Road will look very different.
Have you been given the cupboard with the stairs in?
I love that cupboard.
Probably. That is
I'm
amazing.
fascinated by that cupboard.
Yeah, I want to know more. I want to know what the designer was thinking back then.
And the only other business from me, Ross, do we think there's going to be a marked improvement in media scran? Because I know we were already good. We was already good.
It's very good, and yeah.
But
as I said in the group chat earlier, there was actually media scran for the press conference, which is strange. It was very weird. So it was a nice wrap. So if press conference is getting food, I'm sure Portman Road, they're going to bring the bar. I know the away games, like I already got, I know a few other photographers and they already said to me like Spurs, Chelsea, Arsenal, the big ones, they're just going to be incredible. Man United, they can be a bit iffy, even though it's Man United. Man City apparently had their moments. Liverpool, I don't know about Liverpool yet, but I won't complain. I'm sure I'll enjoy it, and we shall see what the first media scran of the season is tomorrow. So we shall see. Peachy, over to you there, my friends. Any other business? Non-Ipswich Town related. On the get the correct date here, on the 8th of September, I'll be running the Great North Run, obviously up north in Newcastle. The reason I'm doing this is to raise money for the National Autism Society, because my nephew Elliot was diagnosed with non-speaking, non-verbal autism. So I'm trying to raise £1,000. I'm up to just shy of 800 at the moment. So if you keep an eye on my socials, you'll see a couple of retweets of my Just Giving page. But yeah, just a little self-plug. I believe King of the North was meant to be doing the Great North Run as well, but when we spoke to him on the curry night, trainer wasn't going so well, so he wasn't sure if he'd be doing it or not, but hopefully he'll be there as well. We shall see. But no, big shout out, mate. Best of luck with that. How's your training been going? Been okay?
Yeah, it's been fun. Obviously this week's not been too good with the heat, so I'm up. It's a half marathon, which is I run in kilometers, so it's 21.2 kilometers. I've got up to 17 kilometers so far, so I'm getting there. But this week's been very not so much because it's too hot. And I normally go for a run early Saturday mornings, but I won't be going tomorrow. No chance.
Because of the day that's going to be happening. But no, go and support Peachy. I'm sure we'll put it in the description down below, and we'll be plugging it for the next few weeks. I'm actually really getting sort of, getting chucked into potentially doing my half marathon as well. This is in February, but in Barcelona. Basically, my barber said, I'm doing it. Do you fancy it? And I was like, I'll think about it. So potentially I'll be doing a half marathon in Barcelona, but
there's worse places to run, Ross. There's worse places.
That's true. But we'll watch this space. Maybe I'll do it if inspiration from you and inspiration from like Bloomers. Bloody did the London Marathon after doing his ACL. So fair play. Well, boys, thanks so much, Jordan. We got over the hour mark, which is not bad at all. Wazza can enjoy his Just Eat food. What you ordered, mate?
I've gone for a pizza, mate. I thought you can't really go wrong. I was going to get a kebab, but I've gone with a pizza.
Hold on. Sorry, what's on the pizza?
We've just gone for a sort of meat feast style thing. I'll just keep it simple, boys.
Like it.
As you know, I worried there was going to be a pineapple getting thrown on, but thankfully not.
It's not for me, that. It's not for me.
Oh, I thought I loved you, but love you even more now. So big shout out to Wazza. Big shout out to Peachy. Thanks for joining me, boys. Can't wait to see you tomorrow at Portman Road. Can't wait to see everyone else there. It's going to be amazing. If you can't make it, obviously follow the coverage with us as always. We'll be having all the normal content that will bring. Obviously, AJ and Stu will be there. All the great written stuff, and obviously there'll be game day and all the other video content. I'll get in the snappy snaps as always. And yeah, big shout out to our sponsors, Manscaped. Use the code KOA to get 20% off and free delivery. And as you've seen probably throughout this video, you've seen a KOA hat there. Check out our merch store to get anything you want. Pretty much not everything, obviously. We've got to live it, but a cap, mug, all that sort of stuff. Check it out. And what's this gone for a second there? But he's back. He's back. Don't worry. But we are going now. Thanks for joining us, ladies and gentlemen. And get ready for Saturday. And bye for now.